Hey guys, it's Joseph Ford, the founder and chief flight instructor here at vHorizon Flight Center. Today I'll be taking you through the climbs and ascents and air flight review for this portion of the student pilot course. We're on the ground here at Louisville International Airport, and the four-letter identifier ICAO code is Kilo Sierra Delta Foxtrot, or KSDF. We're going to be departing here in a moment, and I'll talk to you when we're holding short of the runway, and we'll get you started on your review. Alright guys, as you can see, we're holding short of runway 35 right here at Louisville. We're going to be departing here shortly, and let's call it the tower for takeoff clearance. Louisville Tower, Horizon 203, ready to depart runway 35 right.
Horizon 203, wind 3007, clear for takeoff,
runway heading 27, clear for takeoff, or correction, 35 right, Horizon 203. Alright guys, so we just got takeoff clearance. We're going to actually get on the runway here, check left, or shoot, check right, then we're going to check left. Nobody's on the runway, nobody's on the approach, so let's go ahead and get on the runway. Alright, now let's start our roll. After we get airborne, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the video, and I'll see you where we start the lesson at and where you'll start it with your instructor. Alright guys, I'll see you in a minute. Alright guys, we're actually climbing up to 3,000 feet is what your instructor is going to take you to, and we're going to practice climbs and descents in this lesson. You're going to practice climbing the aircraft, and you're going to practice descending the aircraft. Also, you're going to practice descending into a turn, and then you're also going to practice using flaps in a descent and a climb transitioning from a descent. So we'll see you here at 3,000 feet, and we'll get this party started. Alright guys, as you can see, we're flying straight and level here at 3,000 feet. During this time, your instructor is going to show you a climb, and he's going to discuss some stuff with you, and what he's going to do is he's going to climb the aircraft to 4,000 feet. Now the way he's going to do that is he's going to raise the nose up, apply full power, and keep a nose up attitude up to 4,000 feet. Now what he's going to be doing during this time is going to be discussing with you how to do a proper climb and all the shenanigans that go along with it. After he reaches 4,000 feet, then he's going to give you control of the aircraft. He's going to handle the heading on almost all portions of this flight except for one, and that's going to be the power off descent to the right, or power out of descent to the right, and as we like to call it, flight idle. Alright, so as you can see, we're approaching 4,000 feet here any second. So what your instructor is going to do, he's going to lower the nose and bring the aircraft back into a straight level flight attitude, which is right about here. Now he's going to wait for the aircraft to regain some speed and get the aircraft up to cruise speed. And once the aircraft reaches cruise speed, he'll then reduce the throttle to flight idle, or excuse me, cruise, about 2,400 for this indication. And the next thing he's going to do is he's going to have you climb up to 5,000 feet. So what you're going to do is you're going to pretty much do what he did. You're going to nose up, full power, and climb to 5,000 feet. Now a good climb reference for this aircraft is between 70 and 89. So we like to stick around 75. Cessna engineers say that this airplane climbs best at 76 knots, but you know, 75 is really darn close. So best thing you're going to want to do is try and keep the airplane at 76 knots throughout your climb. So, just, in order to reduce speed, just pull the nose up further. To reduce, or to increase speed, you bring the nose down some. After you reach 5,000 feet, he's going to have you level the nose off, or excuse me, put the aircraft into level flight, and he's going to have you accelerate to 100 knots. Because 100 knots is pretty much the cruise speed in the Cessna 172. He's going to be handling the heading for you during this time. So as you can see, we're approaching 5,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and bring the nose down. And let's attempt to gain some airspeed here. During these times, you're going to want to trim the aircraft during climbs and during cruise. It'll reduce the workload that you have to do as the pilot trying to get the aircraft to stay at a certain speed, which thus keeps it at a certain pitch. Now trim the aircraft right down here, left, up, down, whatever. I have it on my yoke, so I don't need to go there. As we're at 100 knots, we're going to reduce the speed to about 2,400 RPM.
Horizon 203, Louisville departure is now offline. Your radar services are terminated. Frequency change to is approved. Good day.
We're at 122.8 for Horizon 203. We'll see you next time.
That's great. When's your ship?
Alright. So, what your instructor is going to do is going to have you descend the aircraft down to 4,000 feet. Now you're going to want to descend the aircraft at about 90 knots. We're not going to be too picky. Once you get to 4,000 feet, he's going to want you to level off and increase your speed to 100 knots. As you can see right now, we're at flight idle, is what we call the throttle is fully pulled out. Throttle's right here, and we're going to be at flight idle, and this is going to give us a great descent rate, 90 knots and down to 4,000 feet. As you can see, we're approaching 4,000 feet, so let's apply a little bit of power, and we're going to level off the aircraft. Alright, now after this, he's going to have you accelerate to 100 knots. Let's assume we already did that. And what he's going to have you do is you're going to do power idle. Oh, sorry, I was looking at a piece of paper. I didn't realize I was climbing. Alright, he's going to have you do power idle. And you're going to send down to 3,000 feet. And this time using flaps. So at 90 knots, he's going to have you do 10 degrees of flaps. 85 knots, he's going to have you do 20 degrees of flaps. See, we're hitting 85 knots now, so 20. At 75 knots, he's going to have you do 30 degrees of flaps. And he wants you to keep the aircraft descending at 65 knots at this point. Once you reach 3,000 feet, once you reach 3,000 feet, he's going to have you okay, sorry, I was reading something. He's going to have you apply full power, climb at 5 degrees nose up pitch, and reduce flap settings. So 1 degree. You don't want to reduce them all at once or increase them all at once, because that might induce a stall, and that's never good. So 5 degrees nose up pitch. Now we're at 10 degrees. just reduce them to 20. Now what your instructor is going to do is going to climb you back up to 5,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the video, and I'll see you again at 5,000 feet. Alright guys, as you can see, we're on a heading of 270 degrees at 5,000 feet. What your instructor is going to do now is he's going to give you full control of the aircraft. He's going to have you do a power or flight idle descent down to 4,000 feet while using 20 degrees of bank and a left-hand turn. And at 3,200 feet, he's going to want you to fly straight and level. So I'm going to demonstrate how we're going to do that. What he's going to do is going to give you basically reduce to flight idle. He's going to want you to use 20 degrees of bank and a left-hand turn. So you're going to want to maintain 90 knots in this descent while maintaining 20 degrees of bank. So that's how we're going to do this. Just like this. This is a nice little approach that we're doing right here. And this is going to probably put you in about a 360 degree or so turn by the time you get to 3,200 feet. If not pretty close, as you can see, we're coming up on where we just left, which was 270 degree turn. Alright guys, so we're reaching 3,200, so let's go ahead and transition to straight level flight. That's pretty much how you're going to do it. Your instructor is going to take back control of the aircraft, and he's going to bring us back to the airport. That completes your lesson, you guys. I hope you understood it and I successfully explained everything. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask an instructor and your instructor when you go for your lesson. My name is Joseph Ford once again. I'm the founder and chief flight instructor, and I'll see you in the sky.